I just confirmed today that that I'm doing the ending of the documentary on JYD.
Oh, word.
Like I'm going to be talking about his life.
Okay.
And I did Dark Side of the Ring that's coming out here pretty soon. And I never did Dark Side of the Ring because I didn't agree with Dark Side of the Ring because I thought that, it was too much of an expose of the bad side of wrestling. But I told them, I said, you know what, man, I can't do it. And why? And I was like, because of the way that I feel about it. I said, if y'all ever put a silver lining on it and ended some of those things with the good of people, then I would do it, especially the way y'all paint black people. Y'all don't paint black people in a positive light on these shows. And they said, so if we allowed you to help produce it, you would do it? I said, yep. So I did Tony Atlas. And Tony Atlas is coming out soon.
That's what's up.
So when you see the Dark Side of the Ring, Tony Atlas, you're going to see that is awesome.
Mark Henry, breaking news here.
Right?
Breaking news
and
on
I'm
no
not
contest.
saying that because it's me. I'm saying it because I told the truth.
Yeah.
And how the perception, I saw Tony Atlas. I watched my grandmother embarrass the hell out of me because she started fanning herself when Tony Atlas came out.
We got it.
And I'm like, Granny, stop.
Mr. USA.
Like, she was like, ooh, that boy is put together.
Oh, put together.
And, like, I can't take it no more. Please stop. And I told Tony that when I started riding with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, can you tell me about your life? And his life is tragic. Tony became who he became because he was not loved. His family threw him away. You heard Tommy Davidson's story?
No.
Tommy Davidson's biological mother put him in a garbage bag and threw him in a dumpster.
Never knew that.
And a woman heard him crying and pulled the bag out, and there was a baby in there. That's basically the Tony Atlas story. Like, there's people that went through shit that we can't even fathom.
Yeah.
Both of y'all was loved, just like I was loved. There's people on this planet, they medicate themselves to not think about the shit they went through. And Tony was one of them. He just had talent. He just happened to be extremely talented. And he was able to succeed in spite of it. And that's the story that I talk about. The strength that he had to persevere and to be who he became and how he failed. Yeah, he failed. But he got up. And Tony was homeless, living in a park. And a woman found him and cleaned him up and said, listen, he was trying to be helpful. And this woman said, why are you sleeping in this park? And he said, I drank all my money and smoked all my money. I belong out here. And she said, no, you don't. And she had to reprogram him. How blessed is he to be able to find her?
Are they're together too, right, Mark?
And say it again.
They're together. If I'm not.
Yes, he married her.
Okay.
And she had a stroke, and he takes care of her now. She's 100% handicapped, and he had to take care of her. So God basically was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take care of you. Now it's your turn."
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And it's a beautiful story, man. And Tony, they asked me during the time, like, hey, man, we're thinking about putting a manager with you. Like, and they gave me this option. Hey, this guy, and what about this guy? And maybe Brother Love and this guy. And I said, they mentioned Tony Atlas. I said, like, Tony Atlas? And they was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, I want Tony Atlas.
Mr. USA?
Yeah.
And they brought Tony in, and he managed me. And Tony said, Mark, the house I live in, I live in it because I bought it with the money I made working with you. He said, if it wasn't for you, I'd still be in that part, man, hummus.
That's going to make you feel amazing, Mark.
I feel great, but not as good as people are going to feel once they hear the story of how he persevered and got his life together. And now he's working out kids, training kids and people in the gym, getting them right. And like he living a good life now. He don't drink or smoke no more. Like all he does is take care of Monica.
That's amazing.
And I'm just like, if you allow me to tell that story, yeah, I'll do it.
Watch new episodes of No Contest Wrestling every Wednesday or listen wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow us at No Contest Wrestling Podcast on Instagram.